Wow. Inter Miami didn't just beat Atlanta United. They put on an absolute 4-0 masterclass. And this wasn't just any game. It was one loaded with emotion and huge playoff implications.
So the whole night was supposed to be this really heartfelt tribute, right? It was all for a true titan of the game, the defender Jordi Alba, who was playing his final regular season home game before hanging up his boots.
But amidst all the farewells and the emotion, another legend, Lionel Messi, just decided to deliver a performance that was so dominant, so absolutely breathtaking, that it became a whole story in itself. So, here's how we're going to break down this incredible night. First, we'll talk about the legendary setting. Then we'll get into how Messi's masterclass really began. After that, the reunion of that famous Barcelona attack. We'll look at the stats, a real tale of two teams, and finally wrap up with all the milestones and memories that were made.
All right, let's dive right in. Look, to really get why this 4-0 scoreline was so massive, you first have to feel the atmosphere at Chase Stadium. It was absolutely electric before a single ball was even kicked. I mean, this was not just another game. It was a total pressure cooker. Think about it. Final regular season home game, it's fan appreciation night, and it's the tribute for the retiring Jordi Alba. On top of all that, Miami is fighting for a top playoff seed. But here's the kicker. Lionel Messi wasn't even supposed to play. He just played for Argentina like 24 hours earlier. So his surprise appearance on the team sheet? Yeah, that changed everything.
Okay, so with the stage set, let's get to the action on the pitch and see exactly how this thing was blown wide open. You know, what's so interesting here is how it all unfolded. First, at just 17 minutes in, boom, Atlanta loses their captain and their defensive rock, Stian Gregerson, to an injury. You could just feel their whole structure start to wobble right there. A few minutes later, Messi forces a big save, kind of a warning shot, right? He's in the mood. And then, well, it was inevitable. 39th minute, he gets the ball, cuts inside like he's done 1,000 times, and just whips this perfect curling shot right into the top corner. 1-0 to Miami.
And this quote just nails it. It was so much more than just a goal. It was that psychological dagger. As one analyst put it, that moment just broke Atlanta's fragile resistance. And believe me, the floodgates were about to swing wide open.
All right, so heading into the second half, the story shifts. It becomes all about this legendary connection, this incredible chemistry coming to life one last time on their home turf.
And you have to see this quote from Messi that he posted just a few days before the game. It just perfectly sums up his bond with Jordi Alba. I mean, after hundreds and hundreds of games together, their understanding is basically telepathic, and we were about to see that connection in the most spectacular way. And here it is. Check this out. It's the 52nd minute. Messi is deep in his own half, and he just pings this unbelievable 50-yard pass. Alba, making that classic run from left back, doesn't even have to break his stride. He lets it bounce once, and then just this perfect, classy little chip over the keeper. It was actually their 50th goal collaboration ever. Just an absolutely iconic moment for Alba on his big night. And you know, just to make sure the whole gang was there, the third member of that legendary Barcelona trio, Luis Suarez, decided to join the party. 9 minutes later, he unleashes this jaw-dropping first-time volley from 20 yards out that just rockets into the top corner. And with that, all three of the Barcelona legends were on the score sheet. Game, set, match.
So let's look at the numbers for a second, because they really paint a stark picture of just how dominant Miami was.
I mean, look at this. This chart pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Inter Miami was just relentless, putting 10 shots on target. Atlanta? They only managed 3. They just couldn't create any real danger. It was a complete mismatch, not just in execution, but even in their intent.
And if you look at the individual player ratings, it tells the same story. You've got Messi and Alba getting near-perfect 9 out of 10s for what was called a masterclass. And then on the other side, you've got Atlanta's midfielder Tristan Muyomba, who got a dismal 3.5 for a disastrous performance. And critically, he was the one who made the defensive error that gifted Messi that all-important opening goal.
But you know, this night was about more than just the 4-0 scoreline. It was really about cementing legacies and creating one last, really powerful memory.
26. Just let that sink in. That's how many goals Messi now has this season. And with that goal, he takes the lead in the Golden Boot race. But the records didn't stop there. Oh no. It was also Messi's 9th multi-goal game of the season, which is a brand new MLS record. And of course, that amazing Alba goal,
That marked the 50th time he and Messi had combined to score. Just incredible stuff.
So after the final whistle blew, the celebration for the huge win just kind of seamlessly melted into this really beautiful, heartfelt tribute for the retiring Spanish legend.
And Jordi Alba, you could see he was emotional. He got on the mic and just summed up the night perfectly. He basically said, yeah, this is coming to an end for me, but we are going to try and win to leave this club at the very top. He made it clear to the fans the team's mission was far from over. The new goal, win the MLS Cup.
And that really leaves us with this final thought, right? As one era ends for Inter Miami, have they just found the perfect formula to ride into the sunset as champions? I mean, with their legends firing on all cylinders like this dominant, emotional win, it wasn't just a farewell, was it? Was this also them putting the entire league on notice? A declaration that they're coming for the championship? Well, I guess we're about to find out.